What's up, guys? It's Scar here from theScore eSports here with Cop, ex-coach of Echo Fox. He was a really big player in early seasons 1, 2, 3 on Curse. Uh, First of all, how are you doing, Cop?
I'm doing good. I missed 2 weeks of LCS, and that was kind of a bummer watching from home pretty much and just wanting to be back there. But I'm finally back. It feels good. I'm like reinvigorated to
Uh,
like coach pretty much.
all right, so exactly, I saw you here with Apex. What exactly are you doing with them? Are you helping them behind the scenes? Are you Saints' new assistant coach?
Pretty much. I'm doing like I guess a trial period for them right now, just because it's like the middle of the season. No one really wants to change up too much of their stuff, just because it I don't know. It just gets rid of their like function or whatever. But I don't know. They need an extra point of view maybe, and so they're bringing me in to like kind of see how I influence the team and like what I can actually bring. So hopefully it's positive. We got the 2-0 against Energy, so that's a good start.
Would you say you're vital part of that 2-0?
I hope so. I don't know. I don't really know. It's a week for a coach. I don't know if there's much time to influence there, but I mean I hope so.
Uh, I have to ask. So I find that when I talk to a lot of different coaches out there, they all have their own specific style. They're all good at some things. Like for instance, when I coached, I was good at being able to like guide people, direct people after direct like communication, and I was good at being able to point out like areas where they were wrong and like what they could have done better. However, there are other coaches that are really good at more micro-oriented play or more like jungle pathing play. What's your strength as a coach?
I've kind of like changed it up a little bit. When I first started on Gravity, that was my first season, so I went in with just what I had, which I knew the like detailed in-game strategy. And so that's all I really did, which was good for that team because they were so good mechanically that they just needed strategy. And so that was a good fit for me. And then I tried to bring that over to Echo Fox and it didn't really work. And so it was like kind of finding my new style for that team. And they needed a lot of like I guess for me, I learned a lot about communication, like how to work like the inner workings of a team, like how like relationships. And so I learned a lot about the out of game stuff too. So now I'm kind of just helping wherever I see like needs improvement.
You talked a little bit about leaving Echo Fox. Why exactly did you guys part ways?
It just things didn't work out well between us. I guess I wasn't really the perfect fit that they needed for a coach in that team. Like their head coach, I think they need someone, of course, that speaks Korean, just because KFO didn't really have anyone to talk with. Like most teams have two Korean players, so they have someone to like vent to, like talk about the game, stuff like that. But we had only a translator who couldn't always be there, so it was kind of rough. And so I don't know, it just feels bad for him. But now he has like a Korean coach, like and a translator, and so it's like it's probably a better fit for them. And I think we're both in better spots now for our teams.
Uh, so I know you just left Echo Fox. What would you say is something that you brought to them that like made their play better?
Um, I don't know. I was good at, let's see. Like right now, I'm pretty good at rotational plays. Like I understand the 2v1 really well and like how to move. And I think I influenced that a lot. Like they made a pretty big improvement change like week 3 pretty much in the 2v1 where in like the first game against a team it looked really bad, and then the next game I like showed them a play, or for the next set I showed them a play, and it just like changed the whole thing, and the 2v1 just got way better. So I mean I can help in that, and just pretty much like bot lane influence. I probably helped them a bit and like taught them more about pick bans, which is also another thing I focus on.
I have to ask. So since you've been a player and you've been a coach, uh, do you like coaching? Like, I don't want to ask if you saw yourself going into this role
Yeah.
from the past, because almost everyone will say no to that. But do you like what you're doing right now? Is this something that you could see like some sort of longevity for yourself in the next like 1 to 2 years?
I don't see myself ever becoming a player again. Pretty much just I'd be the same as I was in the old days where I just wouldn't practice. I mean, I actually did play like one solo queue game a day at like 10 a.m. in the morning when I wake up before a scrim, just because that was my warm up. And then I go into scrims, I'm like, all right, I'm tired. And I just like go do whatever else I could do. Just because I don't know, I just don't like spamming games. It's not like how I play. And it worked for me back then because I think the skill cap was a lot lower, or I guess the skill level for all the players, like the average. And so things worked, but it wasn't enough to like climb us to rank 1 or whatever. Maybe it was the team, maybe it was me. But I don't know, I just don't have the time to invest, so I don't want to do that. But coaching, like I think it's just perfect for me. I don't mind watching replays, teaching the team. and I also have like the knowledge from being a veteran, so it's just a better fit for me. I actually did see myself like maybe becoming a coach. Like as soon as coaches started being like put into the scene sort of like around season 2 or whatever, that's when I saw how many not good coaches there were, and I'm like I think I could do that pretty well. And I like know I'm really good with player relationships. So, I don't know, I think it's just a better fit for me.
Is there something you're actively working on as a coach? For instance, when I was on CLG, I'd really a lot of trouble with jungle routes, and
Mhm.
so I really need to work down and like watch VODs and to like have any chance of helping make Smithy improve. Is there something you're doing right now that is like working on a specific weakness of yours?
I think I mainly learn from the players, so I don't really need to go into the learning jungle routes. It took me a while, like Tony or Hard from the old team from Echo Fox. He actually taught me a ton about jungling just from talking to him, and so yeah, I think just talking to players because they're already doing the research themselves. I might as well get it from them so they can help influence my picks and like how to play the map. And so I think it's just better to learn from everyone, and they can learn from you too.
You said you were really good at player relations. How important do you think that is being a coach of a team?
I don't know if there's bad relationships, that just creates tilt, and tilt just creates pretty bad losses and like just bad play overall. So I think it's definitely something to keep track of, which is why teams have like all these life coaches right now. Like that's not really I can't do life coaching because I'm not that type of person, but I can like try to influence a little bit, just because I guess I'm just players just see me as like a good friend. I'm always like really good friends with everyone on the team, so that's like pretty good for a coach, I guess, or an assistant coach.
uh, you talked about life coaches, and I noticed that a lot of teams are trying to branch out their support staff.
Mhm.
In an ideal world, you've been a player, you've been a coach. What kind of support staff would you like to have? Would you like to have like two assistant coaches, a life coach, like I don't know, a manager, a player assistant, individual coaches per player? Like, what does your perfect support staff look like?
I sort of like how Immortals is doing it. They have a head coach. I think they have an assistant coach, which is Jess's, but he does it as like strategic coach, which is sort of what I'm trying to do also. And then they have one person for life coaching for all their like out of game stuff and like inter team communication and stuff like that, which is really it actually is really helpful when everyone's like also building up their friendships while they play and like finding the psychology on the players, which is good. Like in TSM, that's just changed them for so much better. It's made them so much better. And besides that, yeah, like having a manager is good to like manage things and like make sure everyone's doing their things. And yeah, just like 4 people pretty much.
Okay. So with so let me go back to things with you on the Apex coaching roster. Let's say this is more of a permanent deal for you. How high do you think Apex can go? Like I right now, Apex is even with their 2-0 win. I thought that was fairly sloppy. Um, I think right now they're slowly slipping down the ladder. How high do you think they can come back up with your help?
From what I've seen, it's just a lot of tilt issues, and hopefully I can fix that because when they're playing, even when they're tilted and they play, they still like have these crazy like comebacks. Like their mid game is a little bit weird right now, but I mean, with like a week or two, I think all that can be fixed, and then we can like move into deeper things. Like I think their biggest fix is actually really small, so I think we just work to fix that as soon as possible. Hopefully this week, which is what we're gonna try and do, and then after that, I could see them like beating anyone, just because Ray, the top laner, is just a monster. He like that's a tough matchup, like Jackson to Olaf, and he's still only down 20 CS. It's pretty good. So he can work with any matchup. And then Shrimp's just good at snowballing. Like Keen's good at being Keen, I guess. He does the weird ass picks, but it's like a good team dynamic, I think.
All right. And do you have any last words for any cop fans out there who followed you throughout your career?
Um, I guess just remember I am at Apex now. I'm just behind the scenes now, so cheer for them instead of whatever team you might think I'm on. I've had people who are like, "Where are you now?" They don't even know I was on Echo Fox. So, yeah, I'm on Apex. Cheer for them. Hopefully, we'll do good. Go to Worlds. My dream, and we'll get there.
Hopefully, you can achieve your dream from Apex. This is Scar here from theScore eSports. You can find more content online or on our mobile app. Thank you guys. Hope you guys have a nice day.